Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tea Time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. I just got done having a fantastic podcast with Miss Haley O'Brien here, and we're going to enjoy some teas. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm not shaking this one up.
Oh,
You should shake yours up.
Mucho mango.
Got it? All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Sweet.
To the middleman.
And a tea time. And today I am having the original Arizona hard, the peach one. I had the green tea one. I gave a review. The green tea wasn't bad. Peach is pretty solid. I'm holding it down. I like it. How about yourself? Mucho mango?
Mucho mango. This is actually in honor of my dad. This is his favorite. And it's really sweet, but it's a good once in a while treat.
Are you not a big Arizona drinker?
I am. I'll go for raspberry iced tea every once in a while.
That's a good flavor. That's a good flavor. I'm a big black and white guy. I like that you did that as a tribute to your father. Like you mentioned earlier, you lost him, so I'm sorry. But yeah, I respect that, and I'm happy you did that. That means a lot. I'm
very happy to have this in his honor and share this with him.
Of course. So welcome to Tea Time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. This is where we shoot the shit, throw the conversation out of the interview part of the conversation out of the window, and we just have some fun with it. So Haley, I don't know, do you want to start this off, or would you rather me start it off? Anything you want to bring to the table?
My gosh, I'm clueless, honestly.
Well, let's talk about fake news. We talked about fake news. We talked about how we were gonna bring it into the tea time. You know, that was just one topic that we didn't hit on the Middleman Podcast. Fake news. How do you feel about it?
Yeah. So you and I, we both know we like to consume a lot of news and we read a lot of. We were just talking like that's some crazy stuff. You know, things that we read. I am a little bit addicted to reading Twitter and all the news sites. I will fall for a headline that's crazy and interesting. I want to read I want to know everything, right? But there comes a point where in this day and age, there's a lot of stuff out there, and yeah, people are believing false things. I've fell for it too. But yeah, it's a really serious thing we need to change. Like it needs to be an educational class, right?
I would agree. I think everyone needs to know how to fact check. That's really what it is. It comes down to fact checking. You know, I was talking about the flamethrower earlier. Like I said, I went through 3 different articles, you know, to find out if that were true or not, you know, because to me, that sounded a little bit outlandish.
Yeah,
you
right.
know? So yeah, a headline could draw you in and you could be misinformed and miseducated. And I think it's important for you or anyone who's taking in information, especially from you, because you need to be credible.
Yes.
You know, you need to be credible. So if you were, so do I. What am I talking about? So if we go out here regurgitating fake information, fake news, and we're shooting ourselves in the foot. So fake news, how do we combat that?
Yes. Well, you know, something I often thought to myself in the beginning of this thing is, I had a coworker who was a reporter, and he said someone came up to him in a grocery store parking lot and said fake news, and he said, "How? What did I do that was fake news? How specifically am I fake news?" And she said, "Oh, not you. And of course, that's what it is. It's like they're generalizing fake news. But when you ask them for evidence, they don't have it. So who's the fake news now, right? But I just think it's simple from a journalist. You know, people aren't trusting us, but for me, it's like, don't you know I have editors and I went to school for this, and it was not easy to get hired at a big TV station. Like, it's not easy to get to be in the position, and my scripts get approved, and like, you know, we know what we're doing. Like, we're not just throwing stuff out there that the government tells us to say. So, you know, that was my perspective in the first place, is like, that's ridiculous to say we're fake news. Like, this is what we do. Why would we, you know, not want to inform people of the truth? What do you think?
Well, I think what you touched on there was the government part of it, okay? And the reason I say that is because, have you ever seen the clip? It's a Joe Rogan. He was talking to someone. Joe Rogan was talking to someone, and he mentioned that there were like 36 different news stations. Okay, let's just say 36. It's a weird number. Let's just say 36 different news stations, all from different counties, different states, all using the same verbiage, the same context. Everything was literally the same. The only thing that was different was a person saying it. That's where the context can get misconstrued. And it's even, it's from credible news stations, or what people might think would be credible, like CNN, NBC, whatever the case may be, whatever you listen to. And I think that's where it gets misconstrued. And that's why people feel, as a general, the fake news attack, and they may attack you. But there's a difference probably, right? Because, I would say you're more on a local platform. Is there a difference between what CNN does and what WVIA does?
There is a difference, but that video you are referring to, that is from local news stations. So all of those clips are from Sinclair-owned news stations. So you have commercial TV stations, they're owned by companies, and so they are not supposed to dictate the
verbiage,
exactly, the content. But Sinclair is not a good company to work for, and I've worked at a news station that Sinclair thought about buying, and we were all nervous. So each company goes in and makes their changes. You got to watch out for the Sinclair stations. Fox 56 in this area. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Was or is owned by Sinclair. Just to give you some context. So that is local. Then again, but what I'm saying is Sinclair is not local. Those people that are dictating that those people say that is not local. The journalists that are here, I'm telling you, we all have good intentions. We're not getting paid a lot, so we have integrity. That's like maybe the number one word with journalism is integrity. And the most important thing we need people to do is trust us. It's the most important thing about being a journalist, is being trusted. So, it's tricky.
I really, the more and more you speak on journalism, I keep just mentally comparing it to podcasting, and I'm like, wow, we really are on the same type of playing field, 110%. I feel like it is. Maybe you don't see it the same way, but as far as like integrity, trust, integrity, being honest, like I say it all the time. Like, I had to convince people to come on the show. At one point I had to convince them, like, yo, you can trust me. I'm not going to do you dirty. Like, everything's going to be just fine. I'm not going to attack you. I'm not looking to attack you. The only way that I would quote unquote attack you would be if you made a fool out of yourself. If you gave me a reason to maybe poke the bear and be like, hold up. Wait, you did what? Like, did you really do that? That's attacking, and trying to get more information are two different things. Trying to get the truth are two different things.
Right.
Trying to get, yeah.
Yeah, and so my comparison to that is, I have people refuse me, and a lot of them I say, okay, thanks anyway, can't force you. But elected officials, local officials, it is part of their job to talk to the media and be available to the public. And a lot of them, especially in small towns, they think they can just ignore us. So I've had to show up, find them wherever they are, and really like poke people. And it's made me disappointed, because some people, maybe they're not educated. Maybe local news has not been poking in their office before. So they're not used to that. There's something, with each person that doesn't answer my phone call, and there's a lot of people who just ignore me. But they all have something, they don't trust, or they're nervous,
They've been burned before, probably, yeah.
Usually if they don't want to talk, it tells me they're up to no good.
No, that's definitely, that's true, because, once you put it out there on the record, it's on the record. See you later. So you best be on your A game. You best be on your A game. And that's why they give people some scripts, and with you approaching them definitely in a setting to maybe they're just walking, out of a courthouse, whatever, right? They don't have a time to think. They got to think on their feet. And when you got to push them and try to get that response, it probably, they probably retaliate towards you. Maybe give you some backlash. Maybe say some hurtful things, and you just got to keep doing it. You just got to keep doing it. You're an animal. Respect. I just put myself in your shoes. You're an animal.
Yeah. I've been to a few Trump rallies, and had someone come up to me wearing a shirt that was like the CNN logo, but it said FNN, Fake News Network. And it was just like all of these people looking at you, like, hating you. It was like a wild experience. And then, which rally did I go to where Donald Trump would commonly do this and say, everybody, point your cameras at the media. Look at them. And so the press pit would be the center of attention for the rally. Like, you'll see this on TV and such. And it's a humiliating moment because we're all just trying to do our thing and we're getting booed. Like, we're just surrounded by haters. Meanwhile, our job is, like, part of democracy. And it's just like the world is upside down.
It's crazy. It's crazy. That man can rally. A lot of people do a lot of things. It's absolutely insane.
We've seen it.
Yeah, we've seen it. I've seen it over here. Even if he isn't calling for a rally, they will rally just because the opposing team is in the town. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But hey, let's talk about. I want to ask you about my weather experience. My journalism and get your thoughts on it. So everyone who's known me for quite some time now, there is this thing that I do on Snapchat more often than not, and it's called I gotta do the voice. Kevin the Weatherman here, reporting to you live from downtown Scranton. Just so. Kevin the Weatherman here, reporting to you live. It was nice and sunny, and now it's raining cats and dogs. Yes, believe it or not, it was beautiful outside. You saw nothing but clear skies, and now all of a sudden it's raining for 5 blowing minutes. That's all it is, 5 minutes. I recommend that you go inside and grab your flash flood warning signs or whatever. Like, Kevin the Weatherman is a staple as to who Kevin is. What are your thoughts? I've sent you a few clips of Kevin the Weatherman, early age, and recently, I think the most current one that I've done is a year ago in New York. Yep. Oh, no, here.
The New York one was pretty wild. You were in some wild weather, so I thought you might end up being an actual storm chaser. But the fact that you kind of love that adrenaline and the craziness, you do a great job on camera, obviously. You have a lot of excitement. As far as actual meteorology, I don't know anything about that. I can't say anything about that. But yeah, that's really fun stuff.
I wouldn't say I'm a meteorologist for a professional setting. Far from it. I'm a meteorologist for the people. I'm a meteorologist for the hood. Okay, I'll tell you to go inside and stay inside because it's cold outside. Like, you have no reason to be out there. ICE doesn't want you out there. I called it up. It told me personally doesn't want you out there. So yeah, that's my experience with the weather, and I'm so serious about that storm chaser thing. I've said it before, and I would love to do it. I would love to do it just once. I'm gonna have to do it somehow. Just like I'm gonna jump out of a plane soon. Yeah.
Wow. Have fun with that.
A life of adrenaline.
Yeah.
I love it.
Now my adrenaline is live TV.
Okay.
Today I went to a press conference at 2:00, and so it ended around 3:00, and we go on the radio from 4 to 6 with the afternoon news. So I had to scramble after 3:00 to get something on this afternoon. That's fun.
It's a lot of fun. That's where your adrenaline feeds from. And Kevin the Weatherman's out there doing his thing, and he'll definitely be making a return. Actually, in my off season, I was creating a reel, and I had a whole intro. It was like da 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 da, and it was like just like screen recordings of like that one in New York where I'm just walking through and it's wind blowing everywhere. It's just like little clips and snippets, and I was really gonna make that a thing, and I think I should make it a thing.
Absolutely.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
I think people would love it. People want more content, and that's the silly side of me. That's the comedy side of me, which you have done stand-up. Have you done stand-up comedy?
Oh, just a tiny bit. I took a stand-up class and determined, I'll stick to improv. That's what I like. Yeah.
Improv in what?
So I've been doing long-form improv mostly with a group in Bethlehem at Arts Quest. Best place
Love
ever.
that place.
Right?
Yeah, Arts Quest is amazing.
It's the best. So I've taken a bunch of classes there. I love to go to see comedy shows there, and I've been in a number of them as well. But, they do live game shows, which are really fun. You're going to get random prompts and stuff. But mostly improv with a team or like in a random jam. I had a team that was doing so well, and then COVID broke us apart, unfortunately.
What was that one show? It was an improv show. It's an old show.
Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yes, Whose Line Is It Anyway? I love that show.
So that's different because that's short form where they just like play games and it's like one premise, boom, punchline. And it's really fun. It's great.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And then so our long form is kind of like we do a 20-minute, 30-minute set, and we're kind of like writing a movie. Like, we just start with a scene and then we move to the next scene and they're all kind of tying together, and then we're doing jokes in the end that tie back to the beginning. It's long form.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I think I've actually, I did partake in improv in NCC, Northampton Community College. There was an event, and I can remember it just being a blast. It was a good time. Everyone enjoyed themselves. And improv is definitely it's a comical event. But also when it comes down to, like, if you have to really create a storyline and be dramatic with it, it can really draw you in. And it's amazing because it's just happening right there, right in front of you.
Mm-hmm. It's a real mental challenge. It really became intense for me. Really listening to the other person. And we learned about something called game, which is like something funny and just like identifying the little funny thing and figuring out how to build off of that in a scene. It's really unique. But improv is a stress reliever, a huge part of my life. I realized that it's a huge part of my life. Not only, a mental exercise, but, a mental health need.
Gives you endorphins, right? That's what makes you happy? Endorphins?
Yeah. And I'm just going to say, I've been hearing rumors that there's going to be an improv group starting in Scranton very soon. So hit me up. If anybody's interested, hit me up and I'll give you that info.
I would like to fill in.
Now you're shy?
No.
I'm
I'm not shy. Far from it. I don't think I would have the time and commitment to be a part of a full-time group. So that's why I would be a fill-in.
That's all right. Hey, that's all right.
I improv all the time, man. I improv all the time. Like conversation, podcasting, that's improvisation for me. Being able, you said you have to like listen to your teammates. I was just explaining to Brandon here, I have to listen to you. I have to listen to my guests. And there's one word that I'm going to pick out from what you're saying, and I'm going to try to remember it as best as I can, so that way I can double back to it and let you finish your thought. But at the same time, I have to maintain the conversation and where you're going with it, but just remember that one word throughout that 5-minute run or whatever the case may be. That for me is improv, because the reason I do that is because that's not a part of the notes, and that's something that intrigued me, and I want to poke the bear, dig into it. So that's my form of improv.
Very cool.
But with that being said, we're going to sign off at tea time here. That went by fast. That was fantastic. Thank you, Haley, so much for joining me. You're a pleasure. You're a light. I'm excited to see the end of this episode. I'm excited to meet everyone who you could possibly connect me with, and I'm excited to see what you do next.
Thank you, Kevin. Really excited about the Middleman. Spotify.
Apple. On Instagram. Every platform that you need. The tag's been find your platform. Find your platform today. We just reached 100 subscribers. So God bless. Thank you all. I am so happy. That's 3 months of work, 3 to 4 months of work, and we made it to 100 subscribers. Our first 100. We're going to keep going. But with that being said, I am the man in the middle, Kevin Martinez. This is Tea Time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. I'm signing out. Kevin the Weatherman, coming to you live from downtown Scranton, is going to make a comeback.
Yes. That's great.
And that's that.